Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on the current climate of the YouTube yada. You know what's completing the mission for me? Completing the mission, my sobriety. You know what's completing the mission for me? Being able to pay my mortgage on time. You know what's completing the mission for me? Is in a pandemic when I got laid off when my son Logan was born 13 months after his brother Vincent was born. And I had to stay at home for a year and be a stay-at-home dad. And when I mean be a stay-at-home dad, I mean a stay-at-home dad, homies. I mean 6 in the morning, 6:30, 7 in the morning, lack of sleep, being a husband, a father. I cooked, I cleaned. That's completing the mission for me. Year and a half. A year. Then going back to work. That's completing the mission for me. Completing the mission for me is to be a blue collar American. Completing the mission for me is to have a conscious mind and an objective opinion about politics in this country. What's completing the mission for me is to go through some struggles, get down to where it's check to check, maybe a little bit worse, and adjusting and getting back to where I need to be to stay ahead of check to check. That's completing the mission. Life is completing the mission. I think back when I could never, it's bad. I smoke weed, so there's hypocrisy there in my sobriety. But when I relapsed and I was drinking, I was, out of town, 3 states over. I think I was in Virginia. No, Virginia? Somewhere. No, well, whatever. Don't matter. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, and I remember drinking, like how I could never drink ever in front of my kids while I was in the midst of relapsing off alcohol. So, and getting back and doing what I needed to do is completing the mission. And maybe in my sobriety, completing the mission by 90%, maybe more because I smoke herb occasionally. So, completing the mission is life. I completely separate gang life from real life. I'm just able to do that. So completing a mission for me is different than others. Again, maybe because where I'm from, it's different than a bunch of other homies in LA. But those of us that are from Los Angeles County, Southern California, you guys more than me have older homies that just age out, that just age out gracefully. And it's fine. It's accepted. We know this. Maybe it's different elsewhere, right? But, I use the word, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of homies having to use the word big homie for really their older homies. It's like a term of endearment. Let's not pretend. Some homies just become older homies, and it's just their time is long gone, and it's time for the youngsters. And then the youngsters after that, look, man, it's, obviously, we don't want kids to gangbang. We know this. But we also know some of us, like me, are realists, and I know there's nothing I could say to change any of that, right? What this is right here on YouTube is, well, you guys know my shtick. So why am I I don't have to explain anymore, right? But I see it out there in the YouTube yada, completing the mission and all this. I always say, guys, like people that watch, let's not get carried away, man. Dude, some of us, I'm a troll. You guys know my content it is, but let's not get carried away. If I am not, I hate having to say this shit, right? Dude, I ain't been active since '05. Cut it out. It's like, dude, right? I'm just solid, man. What do you want me to say? Right? Oh, I'm not gonna lower my standard. I don't get hateful comments. I do get a little bit, but I'm just keeping it a buck. I know eventually they'll come, I guess. I don't know. But I think honesty is a good shield to have. That's why when I do get some hateful shit, and some of you, and you know who you are, you want to throw in my face that I, tagger and or racial shit or whatever my appearance, that shit don't work, bro. It don't work. People from my era in LA know how hard gang banging was in the 90s. Well, that's why it's revered so much. That's why it's held to higher standard, right? And when you're from where we're from in LA, you know, you guys know, and there's homies that grew up harsher environment. South Central's a motherfucker. Compton, Watts, East LA. Dude, come on. Nella, Southeast LA, San Gabriel Valley, San Fernando Valley, Oceanside, all of Southern California. It's just different for us. So, that's completing the mission for me, bro. And hopefully going forward, but maybe this is the last time I gotta say that this is the fucking internet. This is a mythical place, the YouTube Yatla. It's comedic, or that's my tone. That's what I want to have. That's me. That's my space. That's where I want to come in. Try to be funny, man. Okay. All of you guys, look, obviously, a small fraction, minute, really, you get triggered and you leave comments, keep coming. I'm always give you a like. All right. Always. So, this is just fun, dude. I don't know why people get so bent out of shape, but look, I'm getting off. My purpose here is that's completing the mission of me, man. Living the life I have now. In my disease, I never thought I'd be a homeowner. I never thought I'd get my shit together. When I met my wife, I knew early in our relationship, there was no having kids for her. Her plumbing was broke. She had been checked. Well, lo and behold, back to back. And you know what? I'll say it. It could have been back to back to back to back, but God or the universe didn't, it wasn't meant to be, right? So, shit, man. I just I'm glad a lot of us made it, man. Fuck, dude. And, I don't come on here to be hard. I ain't been hard since a long time ago, dude. Streetwise. That's why it's hard to do this shit when you're fucking, let me put it to you like this. Do you hear, there's only so much of a good standing person can tell you stories of. And you see it in Lucky's content. You see it in High Power Fitness content. Those are two I reference because why? We know why. Why? Because of who they are, where they are, and where they live. And where they grew up. And so, you don't hear them telling these crazy fucking stories of shit went down on the streets. Because you can't. Because it's just the way it is. Right? So that's why I like to troll motherfuckers, bro. And I don't care. And can't nobody tell me I can't. That's why I do what I do, and I'm gonna continue to do what I do. But I would say this, bro. I would say this. I life is good for me. So right now I still haven't finished the mission. So I just live well. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a voter. It's completed the mission. Right? So pay my bills on time sometimes, It's completed the mission. I'm a good father so far, I hope. So it's I don't know, whatever. You guys can get carried away, or I just don't feel that we always don't have to explain ourselves, man. If people, the way I feel, bro, people are gonna like this content that I do, or they're not gonna like it. And so far, it's been decent. And you gotta be self-aware, bro. See, now I want to talk to the trolls a little bit again. Let me just tell you, motherfuckers, again, bro. One of the most important things I once learned, and I may misquote it a little bit. I'll just reference me. I am willing to accept the consequences for who I am. I said it before. I've told you guys where I'm from, where I grew up, the time, how I did my time. There's nothing most of you motherfuckers could say that make me feel a certain way. I ain't a pump-up case. I'm not. And I think there's a lot of people on content that aren't pump-up cases too. So, you know, and I know maybe I've helped drive a little bit of this shenanigan conversations, but you know what, hey man, oh well. In the midst of drama, I mean, it's just politics on the YouTube out of that, and I'm gonna navigate those waters how I see fit, and I don't care. I'm past like I think trying to stay politically correct. I think I'm past all that, bro. And you know, I'm not just some fucking troll that wants to make fun of everybody that's went to the other side or that's deemed no good. There's almost no honor in that. But to make fun of, you know, who I want to make fun of, that's why a lot of you guys fuck with me. And is there honor in that? I don't know. But you know what it is? Honor in that? View Taxation Act, baby. All right, man. I think I've reached my subscriber goal. You know what? Hey, man, if you guys could hit the like button a few more times, bro, I mean, that'd be cool. Other than that, I truly, truly appreciate people that watch. And also, I'm not a rookie. So I know analytics and I know the growth. And there's a lot of numbers that matter. That tells me that I have day ones. And you guys know who you are. And I have some core viewers. And thank you guys for fucking, you know, I appreciate it, man. I really, really do. And I'll always try to be honest with you guys. And you guys do show me love, man. And you know what? I see it. I see it in the reaction. I see it in the views, man. Sometimes I put some videos out recently. I didn't think we were going to do well. But you guys showed me different. So now I know that I think you guys appreciate me more and can relate to me more than so when I'm making fun of the pesetas. And that's my core. You know what I mean? And for you guys, I just try to find funnier shit to do. Have topics that aren't even associated to fucking prison and shit. Because they could be had. I really do think they could be had, man. And all right, you know, hit the like button for me, man. I'd appreciate it. And, you know, moment of silence for the alcoholic and addict who still suffers. Respect to the whole country, the whole region, West Coast, East Coast, the South, the Midwest, the North. Yeah, all of it, all of it, all of it. All right, homies. Peace.